Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I want to answer a question that came in from a viewer. They said, hey, I saw a couple different videos from a couple different people, and they were talking about HTML elements pattern matching as an SEO ranking factor. And they went on to say that these videos said that if you have a certain number of H2s and H3s and H4s in your page, then Google is going to look at that favorably. What's your opinion on this? Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Now, I know that there is a piece of SEO software out there. If you're familiar with SEO Fight Club, you know exactly what piece of software I'm talking about. But there's different methodologies that people use to try and pattern match for SEO. Now, we talk about that a lot. I talk about that a lot. But I think that the whole thing of trying to match the same number of H2s and H3s and H4s, it kind of misses the point. Now, specifically, a lot of people will point this out, that there is software that will allow you to get the averages of different pages that are on the first page and how many H2s, H3s, H4s they have. Definitely having some sort of headings in your page just to make it easily scannable is definitely a good practice for writing, because people scan, they don't necessarily read every single word that's on the screen. They do scan for headlines and sections, especially when you're talking longer form content. But I think here's where I disagree, both with any videos that are reductive to the point of saying if you put this many H2s and H3s and H4s on a page, then that's going to make your SEO increase. And the same with SEO software that says, well, there's a correlation between having this many headings, different headings, H2s, H3s, H4s, H5s in the page. I don't think that that's really the point. Okay, and there's a couple of reasons for this. For one, Googlebot scans the page, and it's not necessarily that they're looking for H2s and H3s and H4s. In fact, they will treat any HTML element that looks like a heading, that looks like a H2, H3, or H4 as if it was one. And they can do this because Googlebot will crawl and render the page, and they can tell what the font size is. That's part of their algorithm, is to not penalize people who are not power users, people who are not HTML experts, but they're using whatever tools are at their disposal, and they might be using a paragraph tag, but style it to look like a heading. So I think that part I disagree with. And I think the other part that I disagree with strongly is reducing it down to mathematics of if you have this many headings, then you're going to rank higher. I think that part is really irrelevant, and I think that it leaves out a very important component of this, which is not only are you mentioning the keyword in those different headings or similar keywords, synonyms, but I think the important part that's being missed is, are people finding what they need on that page? Are they seeing in that article or that page what they expect to see? Is it getting them to the goal that they want to get to? And from what I've seen of different discussions of this question, that hasn't been addressed. And that's where I disagree with reducing it down to a formula. It's very, very important that you look at this part of the pattern too, which is You can't just write about whatever you want, and you can't just make a page that has a keyword and have it rank. And I'll explain a little bit further here. Let's say that your keyword that you're trying to rank for, everything that's on page 1 and page 2 are e-commerce shops. Now you're going to go in there and try and rank with an article, and you're not going to succeed because people don't want to read a long blog article. They want to buy the product that they're searching for. So a blog article is not always the answer because it doesn't get people to the goal that they're trying to get to. Okay, so let's look at another example. We'll say for sake of example that people are searching for, how do I make my website load faster? Maybe they've read that speed is an important factor in SEO, and so they're Googling around how to make it faster. Now, you could write an article with the same number of H2s and H3s and H4s and H5s in that article as other articles out there. But if you don't address their primary concern, which is giving them instructions on how to make their website load faster, then that article is not going to rank. Another thing that needs to be addressed too in this is there's other correlation things that people might be looking for as well. They might need diagrams of how to get there. They might need charts. They might be looking for things, and Google might have detected a pattern where those things being present in the page is a sign that maybe people are getting what they need. But more than likely, for that specific phrase, how to make your site load faster, what people are probably specifically looking for is a comprehensive long-form article with all the steps and all the things that you need to go through in order to make it faster. So it's going to need to talk about hosting. It's going to need to talk about time to first byte, time to first meaningful paint. It's going to talk about caching. It's going to talk about things maybe like GT metrics score. There might be a chart in there about that. It might be talking about minifying the code, deferring or asynchronously loading, and some of the JavaScript. So all those things might be things that would be mentioned in this article on making your website load faster, and probably also mention things like Google Lighthouse, might mention, different things like that. It might mention some different tools that you could use to either measure your speed or get your speed there. So this is what I'm saying. When you're reducing ranking a thing to a formula of add this many elements to a page, it's leaving out a lot of information that I think is pretty vital when it comes to SEO. At the end of the day, you got to think about this not only as a mathematician or it's not just algebra, it's not just a formula, but you got to look at it reflectively, as in, what are the majority of people trying to achieve when they type this keyword into Google? And does my web page get them closer to that goal? So if you are doing that and you're looking at all the aspects of that and not just the headings, but you're looking at all the aspects of the page, such as the questions that are being answered and the other things that might be in that page as well, things that might be mentioned, phrases that might be mentioned, sections that might be included, and issues that need to be addressed, then I think you're going to have a lot more success. And it's not just about one part of the puzzle. You have to look at the thing as a whole in its entirety. I hope that makes sense. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO, and I'm here on a daily basis making SEO videos. And hey, if you have a question, leave it in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to answer. I want to say thank you to all our new subscribers, as we have I think we're at 640 subscribers, which is pretty substantial. I'd love to see us get to 1,000 subscribers. And I know that that's going to happen in time because you know what? Momentum is on our side and good things are in our future. I want to thank each and every one of you. I'll be back tomorrow. That's all I have for now. Until next time, peace.